Alright, picture this: you made it to the 1% club, you're finally a multimillionaire and you don't have to worry about working a single day in your life ever again. Your money is making more money for you, life feels less stressed, and you've got all the time in the world just for yourself. Now how do you spend all that money, and on what? Well, today we're answering that question by looking at how the world's top billionaires spend their free time. Here are 15 luxurious hobbies of the rich. Polo. First up, polo. They call polo the sport of kings, and it's not hard to see why. It's an adrenaline-charged hobby that requires both skill and strategy. Most people think polo is about galloping on horses and whacking a small ball, but that's because they've never taken part in it. To be a part of the polo scene, you gotta drop some serious cash. We're talking top-notch horses, each one potentially costing a small fortune, not to mention the maintenance, training and equipment costs. Then consider the exclusive club memberships and travel expenses to attend matches around the globe. It's not just a Sunday afternoon pastime. Polo is a lifestyle, and it's also about being a part of a rarefied community, mingling with the who's who at glamorous events and sipping champagne during trophy presentations. It's a hobby that will definitely burn a hole in your pocket, but the value you get out of the friendships you can build here make it one of the favorite activities of the rich. Yachting. If there's one thing in the world that signals I'm rich, it's owning a yacht. Right, for the super rich, yachts are basically floating mansions that they can sail onto the most beautiful places on earth. Picture the French Riviera, the crystal clear waters of the Bahamas, where the breathtaking fjords of Norway. Sounds amazing, right? But cool does not come cheap. Owning a yacht involves much more than the initial multi-million-dollar price tag. We're talking jaw-dropping costs from maintenance crew, salaries, docking fees, fuel, and the lavish parties you'll throw on board. And if you're still committing to it, you can't just have an ordinary yacht. It's got to be decked out with all the latest amenities. Think helipads, jet skis, luxury suites, and state-of-the-art entertainment systems. Yachting is an extravagant hobby that suits only the deepest of pockets, but for those who can afford it, it's a dream come true and a level up in the status game. Car collecting. There's something undeniably captivating about car collecting, particularly when we're talking about an elite class of vehicles, rare high-performance pieces of art that aren't just about getting from point A to point B. These are vehicles that turn heads, like the vintage elegance of a Rolls-Royce or the sleek power of a Ferrari. Expensive car collectors have a profound attachment to their machines. However, owning such a collection requires more than just a healthy bank account. Imagine housing your collection. You'd need a high-end, secure garage to keep them safe and well maintained. And speaking of maintenance, these vehicles often demand specialist care, which can come with a pretty steep price tag. And let's not forget the insurance costs for these high-value vehicles. Occasionally, these collections are showcased at exclusive car shows or taken out for a well-deserved spin, and despite the considerable financial commitment for those passionate about cars, this hobby brings a unique blend of pleasure and pride that only a fellow collector could truly understand. Art collecting. Now, art collecting can be seen as an extreme form of connoisseurship. It involves attending high-profile auctions, meeting with esteemed dealers, and rubbing shoulders with celebrated artists. There's an inherent sense of cultural prestige and an intellectual sophistication that comes with being a seasoned art collector. For many wealthy individuals, building an art collection that resonates with their personal aesthetic and echoes the in-house of art history is an exciting pursuit that can take them across the globe. This alone makes them feel well rich, but beyond the surface glamour, art collecting can be a strategic investment as well. Many of these collectors have an eye on the future, and their investments in art can sometimes yield enormous returns, especially when pieces from their collections appreciate dramatically over time. Art collecting is a popular way of safeguarding your wealth in an asset that can be both enjoyable and potentially profitable inflation isn't touching your Picasso. However, it's crucial to note that the art market can be unpredictable, and thus the hobby of art collecting often requires a deep understanding of art, a network of knowledgeable advisors, and a great deal of financial flexibility unless you check out our partners' masterworks. Private jet travel. For the ultra-rich commercial airlines, simply don't cut it. On the other hand, private jet travel is a luxurious hobby that perfectly combines convenience, comfort and privacy. Owning a private jet allows the wealthy to travel on their own terms, bypassing crowds, long security lines, and tight schedules of commercial flights. Instead, they can savor the experience of personalized service, gourmet dining, and top-notch in-flight entertainment. More importantly, they can control who they share their flight with, making it an excellent choice for those who prioritize privacy and exclusivity. It's also a practical solution for those whose work or lifestyle requires frequent, often last-minute travel. Whether it's for an impromptu business meeting in another country or a spontaneous weekend getaway to a remote island, private jets offer unmatched flexibility and efficiency. And let's not forget the status symbol that comes with owning a jet. It's a clear indication of an individual's place in the upper class of society. However, the cost of buying and maintaining a jet, along with paying for a crew, can run into the millions annually, making it a hobby only accessible to the extremely wealthy. Cigarette boat racing. Cigarette boat racing. Cigarette boat racing is not for the faint of heart or the light of wallet. These high-speed powerboats, named originally after an infamous smuggling vessel, are the epitome of speed and luxury on the water. Designed for offshore racing, they've come to symbolize a wild, adrenaline-filled lifestyle that appeals to those with deep pockets and a thirst for adventure, slicing through ocean waves at speeds that can exceed 100 miles an hour. These beasts require substantial financial investments, not just for the boat itself, which can cost into the millions, but also for fuel, maintenance, and racing registration fees. But beyond the raw numbers, what really sets cigarette boat racing apart as a hobby for the ultra-rich is the cultural cachet that comes with it. The races often occur in glamorous locations, drawing spectators who come to revel in the spectacle and the camaraderie. Owning a cigarette boat is often about the prestige and the social events that surround the racing scene. As you can see, status signaling is a common theme on this list. Imagine glamorous parties on sun-drenched beaches, champagne toasts as the sun sets, and the bragging rights that come from being a part of an exclusive club. When it comes to hobbies that reflect both a taste of risks and a love of luxury, well, cigarette boat racing is in a class of its own. Wine collecting is a hobby that demands a keen sense of taste, a good memory, and an intimate knowledge of vineyards and vintages. Avid collectors might find themselves hunting for that perfect bottle from the south of France or a rare vintage from the Napa Valley. Once they've got their hands on these prized possessions, there's the not-so-small matter of storage. Temperature-controlled cellars are a must, and they don't come cheap. Of course, the joy in collecting wine is not just having the bottles neatly lined up, it's about savoring them in good company. High-end wine tasting events, fancy dinner parties are just a quiet evening, and every occasion is an opportunity to uncork a bottle and indulge in the rich flavors. And as the wine ages, so does its value. Some collectors have been known to sell off a part of their collection and make a fortune. So it's not just a hobby, but also a luxurious investment. You get the best of both worlds. Safari hunting or ecotourism. Safari hunting or ecotourism. For adrenaline lovers with deep pockets, safari hunting offers an adventurous way to spend their time and money traversing the African savanna and coming up close with the wildlife is not your average pastime. However, modern ethical practices steer away from hunting and encourage photo safaris where the only shots are taken with a camera. Some opt for lavish tinted camps with high-end amenities, turning the wild outdoors into a luxurious experience, while ecotourism, on the other hand, is for those with a love of nature and a desire to preserve it. Think remote idyllic locations away from the city's hustle and bustle, a private island in the Maldives, a secluded rainforest lodge in Costa Rica, or a beautiful chalet in the Swiss Alps. It's all about embracing the environment. And all of these experiences come with a significant price tag, but for the wealthy, it's worth every penny to bask in nature's luxury. Owning a sports team. For some, being a die-hard fan just isn't enough. They take their love of the game to the next level by owning a sports team, be it football, basketball, baseball, soccer. Owning a team is a status symbol, to be sure, not to mention it's also a major investment that requires considerable financial power and business acumen, because look, the big leagues, they come with big responsibilities. Despite the complexities, there is a certain allure to it, though. You get the best seats in the house during any match, you're a part of the high-level decisions, and you get to mingle with the stars. Plus there's a potential for high returns, especially if the team does well. Of course, it's not all about the money, though. For many, the thrill of the competition, the joy of winning, and the pride in owning a team are the real rewards. After all, how many people can say they've hoisted the championship trophy as an owner? Not that many, that's for sure. Antique collecting. Antique collecting. You know, there's something really fascinating about owning a piece of history, a tangible relic from the past. This is exactly what draws the rich to the hobby of antique collecting, from ancient artifacts that predate modern civilization to 18th century furniture, or from vintage cars to rare manuscripts. The hunt for the unique and historic can really rev up the adrenaline, but be prepared to drop some serious piles of cash. Authentic antiques don't come cheap, and the cost of restoring and preserving them is another matter altogether. The value lies not only in the item's age, but its story, its a rarity, and above all, its authenticity. But for the antique enthusiast, the journey and the investment are all a part of the fun. Luxury real estate investment. Okay, so here's the thing, playing Monopoly in real life is like a sport. For the ultra-rich, buying and selling properties is both fun and profitable. But acquiring some of the most glamorous, opulent and jaw-dropping real estate around the globe, that's when things get real. We're talking beachfront villas in Saint-Tropez, penthouses in New York, or historic castles in the Scottish Highlands. Luxury real estate investment is a hobby that requires deep pockets and an even deeper understanding of the global property market. These properties can bring in hefty returns if the market is right. There's a reason why rich people love real estate. At a certain point, it turns into a money multiplier. Golfing exemplifies a lifestyle choice favored by the affluent. More than a leisurely game, it serves as a platform for networking, deal-making, and relaxation amidst the world's most picturesque and exclusive golf courses. With high-priced memberships to these prestigious turfs, the thrill of teeing off an internationally renowned locations such as the Augusta National in the US, or the Old Course in St. Andrews in Scotland, or Pebble Beach in California, it becomes an attainable reality for the golf enthusiast. Embracing the camaraderie, competitiveness, and pure joy of engaging in this age-old sport is central to the golfing experience. Trekking across these luxurious settings can definitely make you forget the truth behind the saying, Golf is a good walk spoiled because in such opulence there simply isn't room for complaints. Space tourism. Space tourism is the latest trending hobby among the rich, the privilege to leave the confines of our planet and witness the spectacle of Earth from the vast expanse of space is an unparalleled experience, to be sure. It's the embodiment of adventure. Technology and human ambition. Companies such as SpaceX and Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic are making this extraordinary venture accessible to those who can afford it. Each trip carries a multi-million-dollar ticket price, but for those who are able to foot the bill, the reward is an out-of-this-world experience and something very few people can brag about. Haute cuisine. Haute cuisine. Cuisine serves as a gourmet playground for the refined palates of the ultra-rich, whether it's a Michelin-starred restaurant in the heart of Paris or exclusive sushi bars in Tokyo. Fine dining brings together artistry and flavors in ways that consistently delight in surprise. Hiring personal chefs who've mastered the culinary arts also allows wealthy foodies to enjoy such exquisite meals in the comfort of their own home. The lavish expenses incurred are considered worthwhile for the privilege of savoring dishes that are really feats of culinary innovation and heritage. Scuba diving and underwater exploration. Scuba diving and underwater exploration. The excitement of plunging into the azure depths to explore vibrant coral reef, exclusive marine life, or hauntingly beautiful shipwrecks can truly be a captivating experience. It often involves traveling to remote or exclusive locations that boast exceptional underwater scenery. Some enthusiasts go a step further by investing in personal submarines, making the ocean's mysteries all the more accessible, but the financial commitment is significant, and the opportunity to uncover the ocean's hidden wonders can be a unique experience, but it's also incredibly risky, especially if you decide to go for some more extreme experiences, as we've all seen with the Titan submersible. And with that being said, Luxor, it's time to wrap up this video. These are the most popular 15 luxurious hobbies of the rich. Now we're curious to ask, which one would you like to try after making it into the 1% club? Drop your answer in the comments below. We're always curious to hear your thoughts, and now that we've asked you our question, it's time to call curtains on this video. If you found the information valuable,